Hello, my weaves and peeps. Sai here, and we're back in the hunt in Ikemen Vampire. So we're in Count de Saint Germain's room. Because remember, we actually wanted to go out and explore the nighttime because he said, you know what, F this place. We don't want to be here. I'm not going to be dinner for no vampire. But Sebastian was right. We can't go ahead and, explore the nighttime in century-old Paris. We do not know what's going to happen to us. So Saint Germain actually wanted to go ahead and talk to us. Let's see what he has to say. Sebastian told me what happened last night. As the lord of this mansion, I would like to apologize for your frightening experience. Oh, frightening, I see. Oh, geez, we speak in French again. Whatever the hell that means. I had rarely heard such a formal apology outside a textbook, and from nobility, no less, I accepted his apology in kind. Le Comte. Oh shit, we speak in French too. Okay, I'll try. Le Comte, il n'est pas de problème. I speak in Spanish. Oh goodness. Anyway, I do have questions I'd like answered, however. I will tell you anything you wish to know. However, I find this room isn't comfortable for long conversations. Sebastian, could you prepare us a tea and sweets in the garden? As you wish, M. le Comte. Shall we go outside, Hal? This is beautiful. Le Comte's flower garden is a sight unto itself. The garden was no stage photo out of a travel magazine. The gazebo, twinned with colorful blooms, was artistic perfection. My nose joined in revelry. There you go. We gotta take our time. We gotta use our words. Of my eyes as I caught the scent of honey and lavender tea. Sebastian set cup and saucer before me. Thank you very much, Sebastian. Now, in your words, I'd like to hear everything that Arthur told you. Some shit. Last night, he said... I recounted Arthur's explanation about the residents and the mysterious deal Le Comte offered them. At our deathbed, Le Comte came to us with a condition. If we but wished it, he would give us life again. Rather, life anew. I will give you a taste of eternity, but in exchange, you will lose your humanity and be reborn as a vampire. Those of us who accepted, here we are. Very good. Now, Hal, I would like you to listen carefully as I tell you this. What Arthur told you last night is true. Those I brought here are all great men from history who, after having died a mortal death, came back to life as vampires. And I was the one to assist them in that. But why? Le Comte spoke of bringing people back to life as casually as I might mention holding open a door for someone. Maybe it's just that simple. I wanted to know more, but there was something lurking in his gaze that quietly whispered, let's not ask this question. You said brought. Did you use that door to find them? Resurrecting whoever you like? Finding them is not what you're thinking. I was the means for their change, but they did not become vampires by my choice. Those I turned wished to come back to life, to fulfill some desire even at the cost of their humanity. You're saying they all asked for this. In my observation, Hal, there are two basic emotions humans experience at the end of their lives. Well, tell us. Let's continue. Yeah, we know this. Some are fulfilled looking back upon their accomplishments and smiling. Others feel regret, seeing only what was left undone. The residents here consist of the latter. They differ greatly in their reasons for that regret, as you can no doubt imagine. I saw Le Comte nod subtly to Sebastian. Ahem. As to what I recall, Master Vincent wished he could have painted more pictures. His younger brother, Master Theodorus, wished to sell more of his brother's paintings. He also regretted so many other talented painters remaining undiscovered. Sir Isaac wished for a quiet environment where he could continue his studies. That should give you a general idea. What was Arthur's reason for coming back? Not enough wine and women? No, I shouldn't say that. Even for a man like Arthur, there's no reason to sacrifice your humanity. I spoke to Sir Arthur about it not long after arriving here. He told me... Sebastian politely cleared his throat before affecting a British accent. Okay. You'd like to know why I came back? Well, I think it's fairly obvious. A longer lifespan means more time to drink with, and now from all the pretty little skirts darting around. I would like to add that he wore a very satisfied smile as he said that. That was a very good impression, Sebastian. Always trust your instincts. So basically, Arthur came back to life because it's exactly what we thought. He wanted more skirts and he wanted more wine. Once again, as I said, a drunk ass. Can't tell me otherwise. You have an interest in Arthur Howell? Interest? Not in a good way. I find him frightening. Frightening, you say? He almost bit me, and there's no guarantee. No guarantee he won't try it again. And it's not just Arthur you fear, is it? Le Comte set his tea down and I saw his golden eyes flash with an inhumane light. You believe we vampires are waiting for the opportunity to harm you. I mean, no duh, who wouldn't think that? I mean, come on. We in a mansion, right? We got about 9 thirsty-ass vampires. 1 human. I don't think Sebastian would be into that type of stuff. But we got 9 thirsty-ass vampires in this mansion with 1 human who they could drink to their heart's desire. Yeah, I wouldn't be frightened at all. Now we're on to Arthur chapter 3. Let's go. You believe we vampires are waiting for an oh god, we already went through this. When confronted with the haunting gaze, I knew no lie would pass undetected. Not trusting myself to speak, I simply nodded. Le Comte's expression gentled. Then you must rest assured. Vampires take sustenance from blood. That is true. However, we very rarely have a need to drink from humans. Take a look. Le Comte indicated Sebastian, who deftly produced 2 exquisitely shaped glass bottles, as if from nowhere. Do you recall seeing this bottle? Yes, it's the same drink you brought Arthur last night, isn't it? This drink is called rouge, and it is, shall we say, bottled human blood. Blood? Do I want to know where or who that came from? There is no need to worry. All our blood is purchased through safe, humane, and perfectly legal means. Fair trade blood? That's an industry I never ever wanted to know about. I'm with you. There is also this. This liquid is called Blanc, and it acts as a blood substitute for vampires. It was invented out of necessity due to the difficulty in acquiring large amounts of blood, rather, rouge. Blanc is the distilled essence of a certain white flower. It's effective in sating a vampire's unnatural hunger. As you can see, you have no need to attack humans for nourishment, and cases of vampire attacks are extremely rare. What triggered those rare cases? When a vampire has gone some time without taking rouge, they may enter a state of uncontrollable bloodlust. Do we all remember the series Vampire Night when Zero legit was just going on a serious rampage because he wasn't drinking any human blood at all? Make sure to hit that like button to see if you remember what I said. I see. But Arthur drinks rouge, and he was feeding off a woman in the town last night. Yes, that's because Arthur's rather a flirt. Don't we know it? Let's go through one more episode. Let's go. Pardon, are you trying to tell me he sucks people's blood to flirt with them? Is that a common thing for vampires, or not to my knowledge? Sir Arthur doesn't even drink their blood after biting them. He bites for the properties for foreplay. Okay, so wait a second. So he bites them and he doesn't even drink their blood. He bites them to get them in the mood to have some fun, let's say. What is my choice? You know, just because I want to play like a dumb person, I'm going to say foreplay. Foreplay? Yes, foreplay. You see, before... you see, this is why I wanted to be dumb and press it. I wanted to see what they were going to say. You see, before a couple engage in activities, they may... Stop. I wasn't, yeah, I blushed. There was way more than I was ready to learn about Arthur, about vampires and their vampiric sexuality. And do you allow your residents to bite people, Comte? No, I forbid them to drink from humans. It's far too dangerous. We cannot let our existence be known. I permit it in Arthur's case because he has proven himself capable of keeping our secret. None of his companions has ever been discovered they were bitten. The mark heals up quite fast, a mere love bite. Emily Comte affords Sir Arthur a high degree of trust, as he does for all of his mansion's esteemed residents. I trust him enough to let him do what he likes with whom he likes in private. However, you are a precious guest of mine. I will make certain everyone knows you are off limits. Arthur will be informed as well. Le Comte took a sip of tea, looking once more like a Parisian gentleman, and not the patronage of a household of vampires. How? Yes, Comte? That is everything I wish to tell you. For your safety, I would prefer you spend the rest of the month here with us. However, if you feel unsafe in this house, I will provide you a furnished residence of your own outside of the city. That's quite an offer. Even in the 19th century, even if it's outside the city, a house isn't something you just hand out, but Le Comte means it. Please, take as much time as you like to decide. I returned to the mansion, where I wandered through the lavishly decorated halls. They looked no less imposing in the daylight. I had a lot to think about. I mean, yeah, we have to think about if we want to stay in the mansion or if we actually want to leave, because we don't feel as certain enough if we actually want to stay there, because, you know, everyone I believe will completely leave us alone. But even though Le Comte says he has trust in Arthur, I don't believe Arthur will just show restraint. Le Comte and Sebastian were so sincere. In the end, I'd agree to stay for a few more nights before making my final decision. A trial period, as Sebastian called it. But I can't imagine spending a month living with a bunch of vampires. You're wandering the halls alone again? He was nearly camouflaged in the hallway, with his dark uniform and black hair, except for those silvery streak of white. Napoleon. Monsieur Bonaparte? So, I guess it means I'm going more towards the more dramatic side, question mark. But guys, we have one more chapter to go. So let's go. Might as well finish it. Napoleon Bonaparte, he was the first to find me, and he tried to get me out of here. To rescue me from the vampires, perhaps. But he was a vampire too, wasn't he? They have no need to suck my blood, but I know thanks to Arthur that they had superhuman strength. What else were they capable of? I slid 1 foot back, ready to bolt if need be, only for a warm hand to take my own. Napoleon drew me forward with indomitable dexterity, but it was his curious charisma that kept me from pulling away. I'm glad I found you. Come. Come with you? Where? Monsieur... Napoleon brought me to the dining room. We weren't the only ones there. Vincent von Guth, his brother Theodorus, and Isaac Newton were at the table. Each of them sat before a hearty stack of warm pancakes, and there were more in the center of the table. Might we begin eating, Napoleon? Go ahead. Be careful. They're hot. Thanks. They look delicious. You're a real whiz in the kitchen, Napoleon. Tastes pretty good. Pancakes are a simple dish, What are you waiting for? Sit down. Have some. Me? Why? I'm glad you could join us. Howell, here's your fork. She needs a knife too, won't she? Here. Though you don't have to take it on my advice, of course. Can she even use a knife and fork? Dude, fuck you. Yes, I can. Of course I know how to use a knife and fork. I'm just wondering, what is all this about? I made too many pancakes this morning. We need your help to eat them. Sure, I'm a little bit curious on that. Since you'll be living here, helping us see all the food gets eaten is one of your responsibilities. Don't mind if I do. I haven't decided if I'll stay yet. You're here right now, aren't you? That's all that matters to me. Napoleon smiled a charming smile. Was he looking for just anybody to help him with the pancakes? Or was his specialty looking for me? Don't let them get cold. All right. Thank you. The pancakes weren't just warm. They were fluffy and cake-like. A pat of butter and a light drizzling of syrup completed the dish. There was some about eating a delicious meal with 4 other happy diners. I felt my heart lighten and my fear dissipate. I half expected that they'd be in here drinking their blood with the curtains drawn, hissing at the thought of garlic and crosses. But they're just nice, normal people. I mean, what'd you expect? That they're just go ahead and they're just drinking blood with the curtains drawn and having women all over the place, biting to their every will? No, these vampires, they got some class. I met Vince's eyes across the table. Hey, Hal, is it true you'll be helping with the housework while you're here? Yes, and don't worry, I intend to work hard for my keep, Master Vincent. I'm not worried about that. I wanted to tell you you don't need to use any titles with us. Just talk how you normally would. Even if you're only staying for a little while, I'm hoping we all can be friends. Okay, so I guess that's it for this chapter of Ikemen Vampire for Arthur. So I actually learned a lot of details when it came down to this, is that at the end of everything that has happened, Arthur apparently is a very trustworthy person when it comes down to comedy. Arthur, we confirmed, as I said before, Arthur is a major flirt, major effing drunken flirt. Well, you can't tell me otherwise. But as I said, Le Comte puts a lot of trust in him. And apparently, we sat down and we were eating pancakes with the rest of the boys. And when I normally see stuff like that, I'm like, okay, something has to be going on. What's going on? But I guess in some cases, he just wanted to eat pancakes with us. I don't know. We'll have to see. But as I said, the most interesting part in this entire episode was the fact is that it was confirmed that Le Comte said that he did turn everyone into vampires. Le Comte actually trusts Arthur more than any of his individuals. And he can't get caught. Arthur is very slick and he's tricky with it. And at the end, we were eating pancakes with everyone else. And hopefully in the next chapter, when it comes down to it, I think, chapter 3, part 4, we'll actually understand and learn more about the boys while actually eating breakfast with them. But guys, that's gonna do it for this episode of Ikemen Vampire. Make sure to like this video to know that I know that you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to the Wolfpack for more visual novel, anime, and Has-Been Hotel content. And remember guys, a wolf never gives up her prey. And I'll see you guys in the next hunt in Ikemen Vampire. Jane.